Hi there, Ian Smith here with fedsmith.com with another news update for you. This time about a new OPM memo with guidance about the COVID vaccine mandate. That's kind of a blast from the past, isn't it? Before I get into the details of the memo, first I want to give you a little bit of history just to refresh everyone's memories. Going back to September 2021, that's when President Biden first issued the vaccine mandate for federal employees. He issued an executive order that month mandating that all federal employees and contractors get the COVID-19 vaccine. Federal employees were given 75 days to comply or face disciplinary action, which included the possibility for termination. And there were some exemptions allowed, medical and religious exemptions, but that actually included some of its own controversy. The religious exemptions, for example, um, it came out shortly after the vaccine mandate was issued that some agencies were compiling databases of federal employees who were seeking religious exemptions. And so there was this whole big controversy around that issue. Also, the vaccine mandate itself, obviously highly controversial, that there were a number of legal challenges surrounding it. One big case was Feds for Medical Freedom filed a lawsuit um, arguing that the mandate violated rights, led to discrimination. That led to a nationwide injunction that was issued at one point. It went back and forth in the lower courts. It had been appealed to the Supreme Court, but then President Biden repealed the vaccine mandate before the Supreme Court actually issued a ruling, and they just dismissed the case as moot at that point. Biden did revoke the vaccine mandate in May 2023 after the pandemic was declared to be over. And at that time, the Office of Personnel Management issued guidance shortly after he repealed the vaccine mandate, in which it directed federal agencies to ensure that job postings don't list COVID vaccination as a requirement. And this new memo that OPM just issued a few days ago, it's expanding on that older OPM guidance from a couple of years ago. Key provisions of it are that agencies may not consider an individual's COVID-19 vaccine status or any history of noncompliance with prior mandates or exemption requests in decisions related to hiring, discipline, or termination. Also, agencies have to expunge these records, and federal employees can opt out of that if they choose to. They have 90 days to do that. And this is a quote from the memo. Effective immediately, federal agencies may not use an individual's COVID-19 vaccine status, history of noncompliance with prior COVID-19 vaccine mandates, or requests for exemptions from such mandates in any employment-related decisions, including but not limited to hiring, promotion, discipline, or termination. Additionally, subject to document preservation requirements related to litigation obligations, all information related to an employee's COVID-19 vaccine status, noncompliance with prior vaccine mandates, or exemption requests must be expunged from any employee's official personnel folder, an electronic official personnel folder, unless, within 90 days of this memorandum, the individual affirmatively opts out of this removal. If an individual opts out, he or she can still request and obtain such expungement at any subsequent time. Agencies must report compliance to OPM with this directive by September 8th. So OPM is, as I said, expanding on the previous guidance that it issued back in 2023 when the vaccine mandate was repealed. And it's basically moving to completely undo any remaining aspects of the COVID vaccine mandate. And the key point for federal employees in all of this is, again, if you want to opt out of OPM deleting these records, you must do so by November 6th, 2025. That is 90 days after the date on which the memo was issued, which was August 8th, 2025. I hope you found this update helpful. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and also to visit the fedsmith.com website, where we have many news articles from a number of authors on this and other topics of interest to current and former federal employees. Have a good day.